Now at 6 o'clock, a golfer born right here in Charlotte has received the nation's highest civilian honor.
Good old cigar-chomping Charlie Sifford stepped onto the green and made history. He endured threats and racial abuse to become the first black golfer on the PGA Tour. WBTV's Steve Crump is live tonight at the White House in Washington, D.C., where Sifford received the Presidential Medal of Freedom today. Steve?
Yes, Paul, and he has been credited for paving the way for golfers like Tiger Woods. And here at the White House, it was quite a day for this Charlotte native.
Once a year, we set aside this event to celebrate people who have made America stronger.
The famous and the popular were embraced for their wide-ranging contributions to the modern American landscape, as much as it was about honoring the achievements of the well-known. This event showcased journeys. In the case of Charlie Sifford, he began his at the Charlotte Country Club back in the 1930s as a caddy. That was decades before he hit a separate and unequal professional golf circuit.
Folks threatened him, shouted slurs from the gallery, kicked his ball into the rough. Charlie's laughing about that. My ball's always in the rough.
Not long after receiving the award, Sifford was able to bask in the moment.
I never would dream of it. Wonderful.
Months before leaving to become the nation's transportation secretary, former Charlotte Mayor Anthony Fox was on hand for the naming of the Charlie Sifford Golf Course on the city's south side. He takes pride in this friend from his hometown.
Charlie Sifford is a legend. He's a trailblazer, someone who opened up golf to African Americans and showed the world that African Americans can compete in golf. And I think he was the Jackie Robinson of golf, and that's how he'll be remembered.
On many occasions, Sifford's journey consisted of just 18 holes. But on this day, with such distinguished company, he takes stock in being a trailblazer.
Something I had to do, you know, and it had to be done, so I wanted to be the one to do it.
And he did it well. Charlie Sifford is 92 years old, but you can see a lot of that youthful enthusiasm and energy today. The only thing that was missing, and Paul, you pretty much mentioned it, is the signature cigar. For now, we're live at the White House. Steve Crump, WBTV, on your side.
It's unmistakable on the golf course. Steve always had that cigar, never lit, just chomping on it. He certainly deserves the honor today. Other honorees at today's ceremony include Oscar winner Meryl Streep and longtime NBC News anchor Tom Brokaw.
Charlotte native Charlie Sifford was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in Washington. Sifford was the first African-American golfer to join the PGA Tour. WBTV Steve Crump was at the White House when the president presented the honor. He also spoke to the man who helped make this happen.
I want you to know that today was one of my proudest moments here in the House of Representatives.
For 2 nights in a row, Charlie Sifford has been the toast of the town in our nation's capital. Hours before, he was awarded the president's highest civilian honor. South Carolina Congressman Jim Clyburn did bipartisan lobbying behind the scenes.
Charlie was a perennial winner out there, and so it was no surprise that he would in fact break the barrier.
Being the first African American to break the color barrier did bring hardship.
In the 1950s, golfer Charlie Sifford won the Negro National Open 5 times in a row. But by the time he became the first African-American to earn a PGA Tour card, most of his best golf was behind him.
Sifford was recognized with a diverse group of honorees. Known for enduring slights of a different day, he says golf still offers a solid footing.
That's my life. It means everything to me.
One recipient was known for showcasing the greatest generation, and Tom Brokaw knows this golfer's sacrifice, considering that he was a World War II veteran.
Mr. Sifford is a perfect example of that. I mean, what he had to do and to just get on the course and to be who he was.
Charlotte's my home. That's where I was born, Charlotte.
He has been a role model for generations of Charlotte golfers, and for James Black, who came here from North Carolina. His longtime friend represents one thing.
He taught every one of us about character, how to carry ourselves, how to represent ourselves.
It was a series of career wins and painful baby steps that landed Sifford this esteemed place in life's sunset years. For now, we're at the White House. Steve Crump, WBTV, on your side.
Thank you, Steve, for covering that there in Washington, D.C. Well, still ahead on WBTV.